The game Gone Home is a game about um, this girl who comes home right from college and she's trying to find out all of the secrets from her sister, right? So she comes back from college and there's no one in her house, right? Except that no, they already showed you, right? So the game basically is trying to find out all about her sister, going to different rooms, different bathrooms, different everything, right? So um, you go into everything, and I'm gonna be concentrating in especially right her room, which I will show you in a few seconds. But first, like just to explain about everything in the game. This is a game where like the producers made a pretty straight up game, right? So where you explore and you find things about your sister. And but I feel like they mean more, and you're gonna see what I mean by my description of her room. So straight up, yeah, you can see there's the caution, right? Caution, keep out. I feel the radiation area is like to make it not as obvious, but you can see it says caution, keep out, and in the other room it says danger, right? Like all things are like keep out of this room, right? It's the only room in the house, and it's Sam's room, your sister. The room for me signifies like the heart, right? So like your deepest, darkest secrets, like this place of containment, where you do not want to let people in, where you're trying to hide, and you will see why in a second when I explain the thing, right? Because this game, as you progress, you find out about Sam and her relationship with this girl named Lonnie, right? So Lonnie is this as well like your sister, this lesbian girl who's a punk and like one of like the only friend in the school that Sam has. And throughout the story and the game, you start finding out everything about the two of them and how their relationship works, right? So, okay, the room just straight up as soon as you came, the danger and the caution signs actually mean that not like I'm a punk and I'm cool and you should stay out of my room, but they actually mean like this is my secret place. And seem like I'm struggling with the door here. It seems like a more of this place where my secrecy is held and privacy, and doesn't symbolize a room, but it connotes more like a place where your deepest, darkest secrets are, and more like a place where you want to hide everything. So yeah, here the room. I chose the room because it's the first time we get Lonnie introduced, right? So Lonnie is the friend, as I explained earlier, and she like changes the mindset of Sam completely, right? That's Lonnie. Lonnie is pretty right, like you know who like what she looks like. She looks like the archetype character, the 1990s girl who's punk, right? Dyes her hair. Later, I will show you that we know she dyes her hair because there's in the bathroom there's paint and everything, right? So we know that Lonnie is like the stereotypical punk girl who's a rebel and she's a lesbian, right? We start seeing this because in the future we start learning more about their relationship. But right here you can start knowing about like a lot of things that are personal to Sam, right? And Lonnie is one of them because well, she is in the room, right? Like a place where you feel okay, you feel safe, right? And without like that's how I connote this room, right? Like her place, like her home, as like the place where she can be herself, right? Because I feel like this game and the game developers, what are trying to say is that both Lonnie and more Sam are trying to like hide and like the struggle that it is to be a lesbian girl in the 1990s, right? Because well, I feel like a lot of people could relate nowadays, right? Especially people who play video games with people who are like a teenager who's a punk in that time, right? So Lonnie basically she's the archetype character of a punk lesbian chick, right? She is she dyes her hair. She's super punk, right? So she wears leather jackets. We later know because of some like drawings they do of each other, right? Like right here, the cat's wearing leather jackets, in a motorcycle. So like sort of a badass, right? So Yeah, right. The basic archetype character, right? Like loves punk, loves everything. The the game developers use the room to hide everything, right? Because your room is like your place, especially for Sam with all the caution signs and all the keep out signs saying like this is my place, right? No one can come in here because this is where I am me, and no one can do anything to change that. No one can come in. Okay, like I don't want to share my feelings, and this is where my feelings are. So please do not come in. And like as I said before, the room for me connotes her privacy and how she like her fear of sharing her feelings with the rest of the world and her private stuff, right? I'm not gonna show you the bathroom, right, that I was talking about in a bit, because that's where we start finding out like the relationship she had with Lonnie, and like because that's the first time they really bond and like real feelings start showing because Samantha tells Lonnie that she is very pretty, right, and she looks beautiful with her hair. So the locker, right? Before we go there, the locker means like privacy, right? Like I don't feel again that the locker symbolizes a locker in this game. It actually symbolizes privacy and like because like what do you have a locker for? To keep a lot of things like safe, right? And you don't want uh, whoever to find it out. And it's like a lot like normal people I say, but like people in general don't have lockers inside their rooms. So that's like the thing that mainly made me see and think she's hiding something, right? And she does not want to share it because that's why she has a locker in her room. So later on in the game, you find the password, right? So you can open the door. And well, as soon as you come in, right, you see the locker and you're like, okay, she's hiding something, right? So like her room and like this locker might signify like she keeping her secret safe, right? Because she's a teenager and she's a lesbian and she like in this time she does like 1994 is not such a good time for women and men who to express their homosexuality. So this game uses a locker to tell everyone, hey, this is her secret stuff. This is like her deepest, darkest secrets, and nobody can access it because at first when you come in, you can't. And inside this locker, there's pretty standard things, but there is also a picture of Lonnie, and the picture of Lonnie signifies her love, right? Her secret love, her secret feelings towards this girl who she does not want to share with other people because it's very like it's not very okay to say this in those times. And yeah, this is like what I think about this room. I think this the game developers overall in this game is a game because you're trying to find out your sister's motives for leaving, right? For leaving the house, leaving with Lonnie, right? Because she leaves with Lonnie at the end. You find this out, and the room signifies like her trying to stay closed in and not being able to take it anymore because of the stress that is being a lesbian in 1994, and how like her Christian parents judge her. So the room for Sam was a really like important part of me because part of the game for me because it was where the game developer like shouted at me like this game doesn't mean what you think it means, right? It's not a straightforward game like explore and find out everyone, right? Is as soon as you come into the room, it's like this is a secret place, right? And not a lot of people should know about this, because as I said, like when you try to access the locker at first, you cannot, and this means like this is super secret, and whatever is inside here means so much to Sam that not even like like not even when you're alone you can access these things. So when you open the door and see that Lon is in there, you can see that Sam is trying to keep everything that really means something like her feelings and her like homosexuality to herself and not try to give it up, or she does not want people to see her differently because of her homosexuality, and that's why she keeps it so deeply. And the game just basically says that the time for this girls was super hard because people would treat them like they were scared that people would treat them wrong, right? Because that's what has happened before, and that's what they think is gonna happen to them, but that's not necessarily what's gonna happen. And the game developers are trying to call out to people and say like, hey, if you're a lesbian, right, or you have secrets that you're scared to show, do not keep them in because then you're gonna lose every like most people you love, just as Sam and Lonnie did when they ran away from their dreams because they wanted to be a lesbian couple and they were afraid that if they did not run away, they could not actually accomplish their dreams. So I think that's what all like the room means, the privacy, and this game is really good at hiding things in plain sight in that reason and how they really portray everything in this game. And how the developers want to call out to people and say like, don't worry, there's people like you too, and um, don't worry, everything's gonna be fine.